Welcome back guys, this is Mr. Retrobred coming back with another V-Rising video. With Act 1 of Farbane Woods done, I embark onto Dunley Farms looking to relocate the base and find a horse. I soon arrive to the nearest horse racing track looking for that god roll horse, so far no luck on finding it. But I know it's only a matter of time till it's found. I soon find a close to god roll horse, choosing to settle for now. Then I randomize the name till I find one that I like. Now with our horse named Sugar we march on. Pro tip for anyone looking for good horse. Just keep mounting on wild ones so new ones can spawn back, giving you the chance to hope the RNG gods give you the OP one. Once I'm done scouting, I find this river bridge spot, deeming this land suitable for our new castle heart. Alright guys, thanks to the new relocation heart mechanic, we can now easily set up our old stuff onto our new without having to TP stuff back and forth. Honestly, this is one of the best quality of life changes they added. Here is the finished edit of me setting up everything in one go. Gotta admit, that was the best thing to ever see, is having a whole base just pop up into existence. As that was going on, we soon set up the first waygate, making our quest finally done. I honestly should have finished that back in Act 1, but oh well. Better late than never. Okay guys, here is me building up the base at 5 times speed. Let me know down in the comments if we should keep the base building parts or just skip them. With all that building done for now, it's time to set up that stone coffin, so we can progress the story. Next on our to-do list, setting up the servant coffin to get those faithful servants. With that out of the way, we are one step closer to progressing the story. I feel it is finally time to start the first boss of Act 2, Beatrice the Tailor. Alright, here we are at our first attempt. On my attempt to kill her. Apparently once she gets half HP on brutal. The old lady is actually a demonic dreadlord, and then I'm like, well shit, I wasn't expecting to fight a demon as my first boss of Act 2. Not paying much attention to her aggro, she soon resets, making me rethink the fight for now. Who knew this old lady was hiding some dark secrets in this village? Once home, I make a merciless copper mace so I can mine the iron nodes out. The next night we attempt the Beatrice fight, all geared up this time.
Move those legs! Damnation is promised.
Just my luck, Christina the priest happens to also be at the same village today. Nothing says things are going good like fighting 2 bosses at once. Here we go. Now that she half HP, all the villagers will soon turn on her, making this fight easy. What you're about to see here is soon next level strat. Having Christina just chunk Beatrice's HP bar like it was nothing. It's time to claim our spoils of war by consuming that sweet V blood.
Do as the light demands me.
With that done, it's time to hightail it out of here. Seeing that I'm a bit undergeared for Dunley, we make our way into the haunted mines for that long sought after iron ore. On my explorations, I noticed that the devs added a whole lot more spellcasters in here, making this run of ore a lot more difficult. I soon catch on the corner of my screen a light archer fighting an undead general. So I choose to wait it out and see who wins this battle. Well, my question is soon answered: the undead general, prompting me to steal the V blood from the loser. Nothing beats like that satisfaction of doing nothing to earn free power. With our mining journey done, it's time to head home. We have a quick look at the new storm magic tree, making me pick Ball of Lightning. This spell carried me throughout the game when Gloomrot first came out. It's a no-brainer for me to pick it. Thanks to all that farming, I can set up a new forge to soon make iron weapons. After spending some time waiting and farming, we now make our first iron axe. And just like that, it's done making. Then followed up by our OP long bow. Can't go full iron gear without it. After having some time to think about it, I make the executive choice to move our main base somewhere much better. Here is the basic layout for now till the relocation timer resets, since I'm playing on a single player world. While out farming, I come across our first high level blood unit. Choosing to keep him alive so we can use him for our castle servant spot and complete our Army of Darkness quest. Once home, it was time to slowly convert him over to our side. Having only to wait for 41 minutes, I soon wake back up with the base looking better than ever. And ready for a new day indeed.
I am ready for a new day.
Time to check up on the fresh new servant we caught last time. Soon giving him the name Bert. He will be in charge of forever guarding the base. With that done, our castle throne seat is unlocked.
Yet another accomplishment.
It's soon time to face off the next boss, Vincent the Frostbringer, to unlock those sturdy prison cells. First attempt goes as you would expect it.
Good luck getting
We
through my
die,
shield,
thanks to his Ice Slam ability. I realize it's time to ditch these tier 1 clothing and upgrade to the Holofong set for that sweet gear score. With the passage of time, the set is complete along with a new cloak to boost my hit points. I'm starting to look a lot more like a real vampire with this set. Attempt 2 arrives, and I choose the worst time to attack, since a caravan passes by, making this a small army. Well, here we are again, another failed attempt at killing the boss. I choose to deal to the caravan first, due it being a big loot piñata. Just look at all this great loot. Now that all the guards are dealt with, it is time for the final boss fight with Vincent. Not gonna lie here, but on brutal setting it felt like the man was faster than me.
I feel a chill coming. I feel a chill coming out. I feel a chill. feel a chill coming on. I feel a chill coming on.
We claim victory today as Vincent is no more. With newfound power I can now imprison villagers for that sweet blood. On my way home, wouldn't you know it, a 100% warrior crosses paths with me. So off to be our first blood bag forever. Thanks to our 99% warrior blood, I venture out hunting Christina, the Sun Priestess. Keep in mind this is attempt 5 due to me fumbling the fight so many times. Please enjoy this final battle with her. I used a lot of cover with her, since the moves she used were all ranged.
Shining blessings! Shining blessings! This is my conviction! I will show you discipline! Shining blessings!
This lady was a real pain in the ass to kill, but in the end she falls victim to our outplays. I next check out the new spells we can learn. Seeing I don't own any dash moves, Veil of Illusion sounds to be the best option. At home we pick Tristan the Vampire Hunter to kill for our next V-Blood target. It's gonna be a tough one. Here is a clip of me dying on my first try to a minion. Well, having run out of blood, we take some from our willing prisoner, giving me an achievement for it. As a bonus, the quest is also finished, giving me prison flooring. Death number 2, and just like that he one-shots me with a sword attack. A new day, a new blood moon to help out with the fight. We are gonna need all the help we can get with this brutal difficulty. Almost had him this time, but he decided that he was now Garen from League of Legends spinning to win. Time for round 4. Even with the blood moon and 100% blood, Tristan is just on another level. In my act of desperation to kill Tristan, I accidentally killed my 100% militia guard by trying to extract blood from him when the man was only 60% HP left. I messed up real hard here. I come back for my revenge, but for some reason Tristan was at half HP for some reason. Given this opportunity, it's time to strike him while he's weak. This fire is honestly the most annoying fig he uses. Not a great time to be outside. The sun soon rises, leaving me in a tough spot. But with his HP so close, we aren't backing down till someone is dead.
Die. Stay dead.
Trusting my aim, we finish this battle with our long bow in one single shot. At last my vengeance has been satisfied,
New knowledge.
even though it only took the loss of my 100% prisoner. A win is a win at the end of the day. After that fight, I unlock the Crimson Beam Ultimate. I pick a fight with Maya the Dark Savant, showing you guys the final attempt. Cause this lady loves to spam books at me. Thanks to Brutal Maya now has constant floating books around the arena.
Here is some mandatory reading. A taste of knowledge. To me. Rise, demons! Accept these vessels! Death by 1,000 paper cuts! A taste of knowledge. A sacrifice is required!
Seeing she set herself up on one spot, I take the chance to kill her before she can heal. Maya the Dark Savant is no more letting me unlock the study,
Taste of knowledge.
which let me learn Act 2 books. I next attempt Krieg the Undead General, but mess up by doing this attack. On the last try, I try to make the Light Archer fight the General, but I mess it up in the end, leading me to fight him 1v1. Here is the fight sped up due to it being pretty long. I'm starting to see a pattern now with these Act 2 bosses, now taking longer to beat.
Is inevitable.
Krieg the Undead General is now dead, giving me the recipe for the Reaper Scythe. Looking back now, I could have waited for the Light Archer to fight him first so his HP was lower to make the fight easier, but either way we beat him. The next few days I mostly stay at base making new gear like this silver thread bag to help make things easier for me. Here's a look at the new library and the new study bench. It's all starting to come along nicely now. We check out the undead boss spell reward. Weighing my options, I undergo soul burn. The next day we arise from our slumber. We go back to that boss grind once again with Leandra of the Shadow Priestess. I edited out the first part since I chickened out of the arena, but am soon surprised that Leandra chased us down, making me go back into the fight to cheese her. I'll take any win for now at this point.
Shadows consume me, but they will take you first.
With those clean sword strikes we kill her off like it was nothing.
I can feel the shadows.
Another victory added to our belt lets us learn the basics of jewel crafting. At home I set up a nice temporary spot for the jewel crafting table. Having a look inside, we are definitely going to need these necklace upgrades. Let's follow that up with a new Iron Reaper, one of the best endgame weapons in my opinion. Look at this thing in action. That ranged spin attack chunks anything inside it. Seeing I have lots of free time, I set up the castle throne. Can't be a vampire lord without my over-the-top chair. I then claim the quest, giving me crypt floors. It is now time to queue up the first Scourge Stone pendant. Once done, I can't decide whether to pick Leech Life or get cooldown speed. So in the end, Spell Weaver seems to be the best option for me. Accompanied by that power spike of the pendant, it's time to hunt down Bane the Shadow Blade. In my act of desperation, this marks battle number 5 with Bane. A rundown of his abilities consists of a spamming ranged daggers, B summoning a small army of undead allies, and C trying to constantly close the gap with OP melee moves. So the strategy for this fight is gonna be mostly me keeping range and spamming magic at him, while also line of sighting him.
Twice. Ever living to me. Die in the dark.
gonna lie, but the most infuriating thing about this fight for range is those damn daggers. They do way more damage than any of his other attacks. This marks the end of Shadowbane, letting me now transform into human form to buy things. And learn iron daggers along with it. On my way home I found this border route with some very odd spawns, being all these golden chests here. Followed by chest 2. Chest 3. And lastly number 4. I found this very strange, since these type of chests never spawn all in one zone, let alone 4 at once. Must be my lucky day. Welcome back guys. I went a good amount of in-game days just mostly farming up. Nothing much important happened, but found this cool cosmetic green hood in my journeys. With that out of the way, it's time to upgrade our great long bow to the next level. On today's agenda we will be killing Grethel the glass blower to unlock the highly sought after glass. First try and I die to freaking glass shards. Gotta love things you can't see off screen. Second go around, and believe it or not we almost had her, but those damn projectiles one-shot me. You know what they say, 6th time's the charm. After going through her mechanics, I am now aware on how she attacks. Her first thing to worry about are those 3 projectiles she throws twice. They really hit hard. Second is those damn glass bubbles, given they are breakable by the player or the boss. Lastly, her counter shield, as long as one doesn't hit it, it's just a pointless move. With all that in mind, we can win this fight.
Melt you down. These arms aren't just for crafting. Watch for broken glass. These arms are just. Let's melt you down. You're a real piece of work. Shatter! Impressed? This is nothing. A few birds build character. You're a real piece of work.
As a recommendation to those doing boss fights on Act 2, always have Bloodbeam Ultimate, given it has high DPS output and heals while hitting. In the end our strategy works out, giving us the win.
New knowledge acquired.
Seeing the Blood Moon is still out tonight, I take the chance to foolishly fight another boss. And we all know how my first attempts usually end up. We now commence the final battle with Terra the Geomancer. After going across the footage, Terra is a boss best fought at a distance, prompting me to use our trusty long bow. Keep in mind a lot of her moves mostly consist of her melee attacks and the allies she summons to do most of her DPS. Given as well she has some low movement speed, it's easy to kite her as long as you deal with those pesky minions. Lastly, to add, her final attack that summons waves of boulders has a gap between each one, so fight at a distance on that phase, since blocking or countering it is just a waste of time. Side note, this advice is mostly for solo play, since having more people will for sure be more different.
on!
Hope you enjoyed the fight. It's a lot easier fighting her at range than melee. Now I can make my own gems and learn the third tier illusion spell. Speaking about that, we have a choice between a golem summon or 3 orbs that hover over us. I end up picking Spectral Guardian since it also shields while active. The next V blood target today is Frostmaw the Mountain Terror. Gotta get those new leather recipes. On a cold snowy night, the time is ripe to eliminate this threat known as Frostmaw the Mountain Terror. For today's plan of attack, I waited till he got close to an unbreakable rock so I can kite him around in circles while doing damage. Fighting this guy out in the open just leads to a quick painful death. His first main attack, if the player exceeds his range, shoots these pesky icicle spike attack that can leave the player frozen and open for melee attacks. Next up, when fighting him, make sure to bring a counter or block spell. Frostmaw loves to close the distance on the player whenever he gets a chance. Third is his Enraged Blizzard Storm spell, making the area surrounded in this snow, opting his tactics to a hit and run attack. What a sneaky fella. It's best to dodge and block any of these hits while waiting out the storm. Here comes his most broken spell, the Ice Beam. The only way to counter this attack is just to dodge it with your dash spell. Due to the fact this spell cannot be blocked. Just like that, the fight is over. Not gonna lie, it took me like 4 attempts to kill him. I am aware there are gems that give some spells a cleansing effect on debuffs, but those are more useful on multiplayer due to me not being able to cast anything while crowd controlled. With that over, we claim these items and leather recipes. Back at base, I set up the smithy to queue up our main scythe to the next level. I could have done this before the boss fight, but honestly forgot. I check up on the new spell tier for Frost Seeing Ice Block is unlocked. I immediately pick it. For those who don't know about this spell, it's hands down one of the best defensive ultimates due to it giving you a huge shield and healing you at the same time. What more can you want from it? With all this free time, I set up the Eye of Mortium to progress the storyline, leaving me caught up for once, since upgrading my Castle Heart to level 4 can only be done on Act 3. Having the needed resources, I make the new Mountain Peak bag. Gotta hand to the devs for making you need only one bag instead of making multiple ones. Now that I'm leveled up, it's time to hunt down the new boss called General Elena the Hollow. Apparently she lives in this new area called the Forgotten Reaches. This place is in constant nighttime and is swarming with these new demonic enemies. We initiate this fight with a sneak attack using all my heavy hitting moves at once. I kid you not, I beat her in only one attempt, even though I had no clue what this lady can do. From the looks of this battle, this boss uses a heavy amount of frost spells while being ranged. But you know how we already deal with roaming bosses, that's right, line of sighting. Every wandering boss seems struggle against unbreakable objects that lose line of sight. Here comes one of her main moves, casting a giant ice pillar that she can shoot me from.
Belongs to Master Dracula. Die! Be gone!
With that last attack, General Elena lies in defeat, giving me newfound powers. After some in-game time, a blood moon rises once again, and you know what that means, boss killing time. Tonight's target is Jade the Vampire Hunter. This lady is a real pain to kill. Having only 30% of the night left, this is our last chance to kill her with this buff. Jade loves just using all her guns on the player, so fighting her long range isn't really an option.
One shot kill.
We resort to our same old cheese tactics. Hide behind rocks and spam long-range attacks. It never lets us down.
One shot, one.
Apparently they gave her a silence, so that's another reason not to fight her out in the open, not to mention the crazy amount of caltrops on the floor.
Dance.
This is the last move to completely avoid her dual twin pistol barrage. A single barrage can cut your HP down like it was nothing.
One shot. Dance for me. You're done. Dance for me. One shot, one. Dance for me. Dance for me.
Alright guys, what you're about to witness is the most luckiest ball of lighting play I have ever done. We both end up dying at the same time, giving me the victory and a loss in the end. Good thing the game keeps these bosses around till someone extracts the blood. Glad I don't have to fight Jade the Hunter again, giving me 2 new plans to use, that being dual pistol and new blood press machine. While recording footage, here is a look at the new Auto Farm Allies Arena. The servants kill the undead while I'm out doing things, leaving bones and other resources for me to pick up later. We set out to do our first rift incursion. Not sure what to expect from this, but the rift is around our power level, so it's better late than never. I soon come across this strange summoning ritual, making me think I have to kill whatever is here to start the event. Once I see these monsters dying, I see souls of the dead charging up the ritual. Guess it's time to mass murder everything around here. Noticing that these creatures have the new blood type, I go in for that high-level blood. Having a quick glance at its blood type. They call it Dracula blood, primarily centered around enhancing the basics of vampire powers. Once everything is dead, something called a lesser blood soul appears. I can tell it's Quincy the Bandit King. Pretty neat, they added ways to fight old bosses with higher power levels. Nothing new is added to these blood souls, so we cut to the end. We beat Quincy once again, though it being just an echo. The blood altar soon starts to rupture, bursting open like a loot piñata, giving me all this sweet loot shards and weapons. After so much grinding, I finally get my hands on the last book for the Dark Magus tier set. I'll have you guys know it took quite some time to get this armor set. I had countless looting of containers just to get silver coins to buy it off a vendor in Dunley. Next up, the final glove set is made. Hey race, a closer look at the full set. Colors don't look too great, but thanks to the dye mechanics we don't have to keep these bad colors. A new knight, a new target to kill, that being Raziel the Shepherd. I soon make it to the Holy Church. Raziel is camping. To start off, this man is a long-range caster that summons holy turrets, then can stack if not dealt with. He is honestly pretty slow when it comes to movement, but does hit like a truck with his holy spells. When Raziel starts this animation, it's best to dash around him or get out of spell range due to this light beam chunking all the player's HP. This new spell he does is not as broken as the beam of light. You just have to outrun it to counter this. In the end, once you get used to his mechanics, it's not that hard to beat him, even though this is attempt 3. I now unlock abilities spell gem crafting. Now able to craft the ones I need and not rely solely on RNG too much. Time to hunt the second final boss of Act 2. General Cassius the Betrayer, who happens to live in the new zone. I find the man surrounded with 10 plus allies, so I run away for now. Once I get my shit together, he seems to be fighting random human NPC. Given this chance, I let them weaken the man down and then swoop in last second. But oh boy, was I wrong to, since this behemoth of a monster shows up, making the fight not worth it. Now that all these distractions are out of the way, the real fight can begin. To add to this fight, Cassius specializes in unholy magic, meaning he uses a lot of undead allies to help him out. Good thing I brought the Iron Scythe, doing 25% more to undead. Alright, for those watching, the sword he spawned in must be killed, or else he will never leave this phase. Took me a while to kill the damn thing though.
Rise, our unholy army! Serve Nocturne!
Gotta hand it to whoever thought of this idea. Once the sword is dead, you can actually throw it back at him, leaving Cassius in a stunned state.
I am. Come to us! We will show you the keys of Trust.
This last phase is really easy to deal with. All one has to do is just watch the unholy explosions and dodge.
Come to us. This power was granted to us by the true king.
Victory is claimed tonight, leaving me the final boss of Act 2, our last battle, to soon come.
Will claim Fatherland.
When I arrive home, I check out this new refinement structure. Seems to be a summoning circle to get cool and rare loot from. It can only work with the new Stygian shard found in the new zones. I follow that up with some gem crafting gambling. Let's hope the RNG gods give us something good. Here we go, guys, the moment we have been waiting for, the final boss of Act 2, Octavian the Militia Captain. First note to keep is his 5 mini blade attack. Those things pack a punch. Second thing to watch for is his giant ranged slice. It will knock you up in the air close to him. Third is enraged leap attacks. As a side note, don't forget about the Archer Lady. She has Flame Shot, one of the most annoying attacks in the game. Here we go, the final part. That's the most difficult part of this fight, is ultimate spin to win move. I advise to bring a strong defensive spell like Ice Block to ignore that phase. And just like that, Act 2 boss is vanquished.
I'm just too damn tired.
I gotta hand it to the devs here, Act 2 is a step up from Act 1 when it comes to the brutal setting. I also get 2 achievements notifying me I beat Act 2. This concludes our journey throughout Dunley Farms. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like what you see, feel free to hit that like and sub button down below. This is Mr. Retro Bread signing off till next time for Act 3. Have a good one.